right? So let's look at more details on what is a brand association. Think Starbucks. The name is not written there, but most people who can look at them instantly relate to it as a coffee. Some actually don't use the word coffee. If you think about a brand association map, when you walk into a coffee store, these were words used by the customers that are put into a brand association map. I would highly recommend you repeat this with your product and ask the customers, when you think of my product, what do you think of? Some say a ritual, some say my drink, some say an experience, some say this is like my home. They're equating a cafe to their home. Some say it is energy, some feel it's a friendly environment. Coffee was used only once in this association map, which is actually the product. So the new age marketing, sales and branding is actually putting a layer around your product in such a beautiful way that the persons interacting with it don't see the product, they see the experience that is coming out of it. And that's what you want for your products and services. Then the sale becomes easy because you're not selling anymore. The new age selling is create an environment, people will consume it, make it easy for them to pay for it and charge it accordingly. That's the essence of these 4 pieces. We'll go into next and call it the essential strategy of marketing. This is academia. Kotler has given us this golden nuggets of the 4 P's. First is the product in its clarity. What are you selling? What is the product? What are its features? Where are you placing it digitally and physically in a way that it's easy for the customers to access? What are you promoting it with? What are your avenues in your promoting? For example, if you go to the airport, there are some products that are high-end, costly products that deserve their place in an airport. If you go to a cafe, there are some products that are lower priced, it's easy to do. If you switch the promotion at the wrong places, you may be spending too much money with too little output. That is the difference between spending less for gaining more, is the promotion side. So you have a good product, a good placement, a good promotion, and a price that is reasonable. If you do have a price that is unreasonable, even though all of these win, you might miss out the marketplace. So the conversations we're going to have today are, what will you do to balance these 4 P's in a way that the customer feels, I'm pulled into this product environment, I want to experience it and come back. You overprice, they won't come back. You underprice, you lose your money. Okay, let's go forward. Let's define sales and marketing. The simplest definition is persuasion. See the words used there, persuasion and influence. Of who? The customer. To do what? To get your product or service and have these interactions constantly to build a relationship with them, so that you're not a one shop, one trick thing. People say that people buy a car, right? They won't buy a car again. Not true. If you have an interaction of good service around it, you can upgrade the car again. You can trade the car. You can bring someone else to buy the car. So even massive purchases, highly priced ticket items can be done very well if you improve the quality of interactions. The simplest way to think about sales and marketing in its unique terms is enhancing every single customer's experience with your solution or product. Let's look at further what the product fits in the Maslow's hierarchy of necessities of the human. At the foundation is the basic necessities. Is it solving the roti kapda makan, the food, water, rest and warmth and shelter necessities, the safety and security? Next one is safety, which is, now that I have my fundamentals, am I getting something else in top of it? These are the basic needs. Is your product solving basic needs or clicking one level up, which is psychological? When my basic needs are met, I go into my psychological needs, which is, am I belonging in the system that I work with is only felt. A hungry person will need to solve that problem first before they feel something else. The physical, biological needs, after that they feel psychological needs. You go one click up, there's self-fulfillment needs. There are very unique products that achieve that potential, but you need to be clear where you belong. If you mispromote, misplace, misprice your product, the consumption will be one-time shot, but you may not repeat the process. So use the fundamentals on the hierarchy of needs and don't confuse that you're solving all angles. There is no product that will be a burger that solves hunger, can also fulfill your spiritual need, is an illusion. It's not true. An app that is solving a dating problem or a dating solution or a alliance marriages online solution is not solving basic security needs and safety needs. It is solving a psychological need. If it is spirituality and religion, it is solving a self-fulfillment need. You just need to know which one is the consumption. What is the common attributes that research of neuroscience of selling tells us that defines a good seller? Ironically, selling is so old school that these things are fundamental on, are you listening well? A listening skill is a fundamental attribute of great salesmen. 57% of people who think they're selling talk more than necessary. 57%. They don't even realize it. They're finishing the customer sentences and assuming they're selling. They're actually interfering in the selling process. So listening is a super skill. If you listen, you will understand what they need. We assume, just like the negotiations, we assume. In sales, we assume what the customer wants. Maybe the customer may not need a fancy cup. Maybe they need a flavorful coffee. Maybe they'll bring their own cup. Do not assume what they need. Once you understand what they need, then you can say, what is a common goal we want to go to? Not I will give you, you will get there. What we want to go to. Then you can communicate clearly on all these three fronts. That's what an effective sale is.